Okay, we got a lot of updates to the whole Hassan group situation. Basically, Hassan's former head moderator, Frogan, has released a video on her YouTube channel responding to H3H3. And no joke, this might be the worst apology I've seen in a while. She talks about how her wishing death and PTSD on US veterans was actually her misspeaking on a live stream, despite literally double, triple downing on it, calling it base the next day. She talks about how empathetic she is towards H3H3 when her and a group of friends literally tried to ruin his life and called CPS on his kids. We also have another pathetic streamer in Hassan's orbit named Denims, who also apologized for spreading the false rumors about H3H3's kids, but then somehow makes the situation about herself and plays victim. And then as usual, we have Hassan crashing out yet again, denying that the backlash to the content cop is even real, saying that the dislikes are fake. He also defends the creepy psychopath, bad Empanada, who simulated shooting Ethan's wife in a video game. But yeah, lots of updates, juicy episode, grab your snacks, we're gonna go over all of this one by one. Starting with Frogan's new video, Frogan's response to Ethan Klein.
I think the content cop was great. You know, I feel like Ian approached it in a way that nobody else does. He approached it with empathy and, you know, it was supposed to make people feel bad for Ethan.
So the purpose of the content cop was for people to feel bad for Ethan. Definitely not hate his guts and harass him and his family even more. I mean, you've got to be kidding me. The entire content cop was iDubbbz literally blaming Ethan for crashing out while leaving out the entire context that your friend group literally called CPS on his kids and sent him human skulls in the mail. The content cop had zero empathy, and you people acting like you're somehow caring when you're some of the most vile people on the planet is just crazy. Now, if you guys remember, the last time we talked about her, she was crying, melting down on stream, wondering if karma is real, asking people, what did I do to deserve this? And here she continues on that point.
One of the main things, especially as content creators, people tend to dehumanize us and forget that we're living normal people just like you. So obviously, with so much pressure on the internet, both on myself, and I'm sure Ethan can relate to this too, it's hell. It's hard to manage. It's hard to deal with. So I feel like Ian approached it in a way that was more so holding a friend accountable and in a softer way and wanted to generate empathy for Ethan. Other people don't do that.
Yeah, I love how she talks about dehumanizing people. Meanwhile, Hassan and her group literally do this all the time. You completely dehumanize the other side so much to the point where you become utterly vile people. Hassan watches babies getting murdered and laughs and says they deserved it because they're from the other side and they're settlers. Literal babies. I mean, you gotta be a complete psychopath. And yeah, I imagine the backlash is hard to deal with when you wish US veterans PTSD and say they should all die and be denied healthcare, and then you double triple down on it, say that you want to recreate 9/11 with a birthday cake. I mean, I imagine it's hard to deal with the consequences of your own actions and your own words. Then she talks about her appearance in the content cop video.
I received a text asking to say something nice about Ethan, and to be honest, I thought about it long and hard because I was like, this man does not deserve anything nice from me. But I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. Maybe it'll give me some closure. So I wrote a letter to Ethan and I read it off, and iDubbbz put it in the video, and this was Ethan's reaction to the video.
I bet you would.
I will be reading my letter off because I don't want to sound robotic. H3 used to be the sports for good that I used to watch. I hope that one day gets back to what I remember. You were one of the inspirations for me to start creating content, so all this has stunk. I hope you really hear this, and I wish you the best.
Listen,
Thank you.
Frogan, she's so dumb that you almost can't be even mad at her. Like,
She did wish us the best in the end. It almost felt like the nicest one of them all.
I think she was the only one being genuine,
Yeah.
actually. So I don't want to, whatever, just Frogan, just chill, okay? Just stop being an idiot and I'll stop talking about you. It's really simple math.
She's also by far the smallest creator of the bunch.
Right.
I mean, is it even like cool that he included her? Like, she's just gonna get more shit for being involved.
It's not cool.
And like,
on his
it's
behalf.
not, it's
he
total-
knows what like this entails.
This part made me laugh because it was very tone deaf.
Her using the word tone deaf is absolutely hilarious. Do you even hear yourself? Ethan is literally saying iDubbbz did you a disservice putting you in the video because you're gonna get a lot of backlash. What Ethan is doing is showing empathy here. He's talking about how it must be hard for you to deal with because you're a small creator and you're not used to all of this backlash. And he was right. You did end up crying on stream. So he's actually showing empathy here. Meanwhile, you just said that even the little nice thing you said about Ethan and the content cop, you didn't want to say it. You actually couldn't think of a single nice thing to say, so you didn't even mean it. I mean, how hypocritical can you actually be? Then she goes complete narcissist mode, talking about how the content nuke was about her and how she's not actually irrelevant.
It was very tone deaf, and he's acting like half of his content nuke wasn't about me. Half of the content nuke, the entire ending half, was about me. So if I'm so irrelevant and so uncool to include, why the f was I in your goddamn video?
Yeah, this is some crazy narcissism. Like, as I said, the only reason people talk about you is because you're a horrible person who says and does horrible things. You're kind of like Johnny Somali, you know, just a broke, pathetic, complete loser, and people only talk about you to make fun of you. And yes, you are completely irrelevant. Like, if you noticed, the last few times I talked about her, I had to put Hassan Mod in the title or just some generic word like pathetic streamer. I've never actually used her name in a title because you get no views. Nobody knows who you are.
I think it's funny that you think me being in the iDubbbz video is what's going to cause this harassment, when in reality, it's you, Ethan. You're acting like you haven't spent the last year and a half doing everything in your power to push people to bully and harass me, including weaponizing propaganda organizations such as the ADL to get me banned off Twitch because I made a joke about you not being able to say Habibi.
Oh yeah, the joke. You mean the literal racist tier list you made that ranked people from Arab to Jew? I mean, it was literally against Twitch terms of service. You obviously deserve to be banned for that. But no, guys, I'm not dehumanizing people. But Jews, though. It's so disgusting. This is the person on Twitter calling you a Nazi, by the way. The irony is insane. Then she uses the classic Hamas piker tactic and accuses Ethan of being racist.
This next section is about the double standards of Ethan's thinking. Let's get started with this clip.
Personally, though, and I've seen Hassan do this before, is he's accused me of it. He goes, "Oh, you just hate Muslims." It's like, bro, can you actually please just respond to a real argument? Like, please, bro. You know, he just, like, you can't just sweep everything away by saying that. It's just not right. I have never, they accuse me of doing it. They go, oh, Ethan's just targeting Arab and Muslim creators. It's like, I have never one time mentioned her hijabi or brought anyone's fucking identity into my criticism of them.
You haven't said anything about me being Muslim directly, but your ideas about Muslims are pretty obvious from what you say.
Okay, so she's popped up 2 tweets here as examples of Ethan being racist. Let's actually take a look at the tweets. So the left one here is Ethan criticizing literal terrorists. And then the second tweet is Ethan playing a game called Twitch or Terrorist, where they basically flash a quote on screen, and you have to guess if it was said by a Twitch streamer or a terrorist. And when you see quotes like America deserved 9/11, it's kind of hard to guess if that was a Twitch streamer or a terrorist because, you know, it's so similar, which is why the game actually works in the first place. Then we get to the best part. Frogan says that she misspoke when she wished American veterans had PTSD.
The next thing I want to bring up are the double standards both Ethan and Hila have for themselves. Let's get started with this clip.
We misspoke. It didn't sound good. We immediately corrected ourselves. You know, that's how mature people do. That's how how you're supposed to handle yourself, isn't it? Like, what more do you want me to do?
I have no problem apologizing and admitting and whatever is needed when things happen.
This was in response to people bringing up how Hila said Yoav Gallant was a great guy, even though he's literally a war criminal and pro-genocide. I'm a live streamer as well. I know being live for hours and hours on end, you can misspeak, and that is exactly what happened whenever I said the thing about the US military.
Oh, that's right. She just misspoke, guys, after double, triple downing on it the next day. After she literally looked back on the clip after all of the backlash and still agreed with it. I mean, I gotta play the clip. I'm sorry.
I have no pity at all for any fucking soldiers. I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. US military? Boo fucking who? I hope you get PTS. But like any other motherfucker, you're joining them, you're like, oh my god, I want my Camaro, no student loans. Fuck you. I hope you get PTSD. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into America. And I hope you get no health insurance when you get back into America. And they posted it in my head. I'm like, based? Based? Like, am I supposed to be like, Like, I'm not walking back on it. I still fucking agree with it. Based?
Based. I'm not walking back on it, guys. I still agree with that. Meanwhile, now, I misspoke, guys. You know, you stream for 5 hours. You just don't know what you're saying. Also, boo-hoo, I hope you get PTSD and die. I mean, you can't make this up, guys. This is just absolute cinema. Like, how do you encounter a person this absolutely disgusting?
What a fucking Weasley little liar, dude.
Then she compares her apology to Elas' apology.
Just I
Brother.
want to explain it because people bring it up nonstop. I apologize for it right away when Ethan made a video to address this on his Ethan Klein channel. I
Next day, I think
made
it
a
was.
quick appearance in that video just to say I'm sorry, I misspoke. I shouldn't have called him a really good guy. Like, I don't know why I said it like that.
What more do you want from me? I did the same exact thing.
Okay, you can't be serious. So Gila immediately apologized the day after and did not double down like you did. It is completely different. If you went live the next day with actual remorse and said, I'm sorry, I didn't know what I was thinking. I was in the heat of the moment. I said something vile. I shouldn't have. I won't do it again. I don't agree with that. Then we wouldn't be here. People make mistakes all the time. It's fine. But every single action you've done to this date just doubles down on what you've said that time, and you obviously still believe it, and you routinely wish the worst on everyone you don't actually like. So I don't know, it's just not the same at all.
And to those who are constantly defending me and having my back, I appreciate you and thank you so, so much. You know, during a time like this, it feels like the damage has been done physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially. But, you know, after a year and a half of harassment, it feels very calming that people are actually finally on my side.
Who are you dreaming? Who is actually on your side? This is some Hassan level delusion, bro. 99% of people are not on your side. Like, this is what I'm talking about. It's the complete echo chamber. I mean, yeah, if the only people you talk to are your little group of iDubbbz, Hassan, Denims, then yeah, I guess people are on your side. But if you ask any regular person on the internet or in real life, they will not like you. If they hear the things you've said, they will think you're a vile, disgusting person. And all of this damage you were talking about, I've been damaged physically. Like, the only physical damage been done to yourself is when you stuff yourself every day, let's be honest. You decided to yap on the internet, and you got criticized for it. Like, how is that other people's fault? Then she says her life is now hell because of all the backlash.
It's been a nightmare for me. To Ethan, if you're watching this for some reason, you've made my life hell. I will say that. You've made my life fucking hell. But at the end of the day, what I said at the end of the content cop still stands. I wish you the best.
Yeah, Ethan, I wish you the best, but also I want your kids taken away from you, and I'm gonna lie about you at every chance. You know, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm glad your life is hell. Like, you are one of the few people that actually deserve it. This pathetic excuse for an apology is not gonna change anyone's mind. You made my life hell. I'm sorry. Aren't you associating with people who call CPS and send human skulls? You didn't even mention that once, obviously, because that would make her look bad. Ian approaches Content Cup with empathy. Ian in the Content Cup claims Ethan needs a good ass whooping. Plays the "oh brother, this guy stinks" soundbite because the Seattle guy wouldn't go along with his dumb plan to lower Ethan's apology grade. Never gives context for the CPS stream. Says that Ethan has always been a light friend. Misrepresents his arguments about the tier list. Poses with the blatant swastika sword. Weaponizes Ethan's history of mental illness. Turned a segment where he was supposed to say something nice about Ethan into a personalized therapy session where he cries on camera because people don't like his wife. Dropped a video a month after he said on the podcast he didn't want to get involved with drama. I don't even like Ethan, but his content cut was so blatantly in bad faith and gaslighting that it baffles me anybody could have liked it after sitting down to watch it. Exactly. That's like most of our takes, honestly. I have no problem apologizing. Doesn't apologize. Anyways, we gotta move on to the Denims apology now. This is the woman who made fun of R-word victims and denied SA happening because they were Israeli, and, you know, humanizing them is not at all allowed. First, Ethan points out how Denims called his wife a baby killer.
Who literally calls my wife a baby killer.
I've literally never called your wife a baby killer.
Just to like bring her back to reality for a second.
I mean, having the queen of
If
cell
you
phoning.
opened the
Damn,
dude.
The IDF member is bringing us back to reality. Okay? The IDF member is bravely taking a break from killing unarmed children to bring us back to reality.
Now, she did
Sorry,
say children.
Terror babies. Terror babies.
No, she called them terror babies.
Sorry.
Yeah. I see you were trying to be generous there.
Yeah, so just for some context to show how deranged this is, Ethan's wife, Ela, was a secretary. She wasn't on the front lines, like gunning down people or something. She was serving mandatory military service. There's a bunch of countries in the world where if you were born there, you have to enlist in the military. Now, you don't have to actually go in on the front lines and shoot people, and that's not what Ela did. She had a desk job. She was a secretary. These people are so unhinged, they'll try to dehumanize anyone who disagrees with them and then lie about it. Now, Ethan talks about her quote-unquote apology, where she apologizes for literally lying about Ethan's kids.
Oh, well, what about the Denims apology? She did a quote-unquote apology.
All right. Well, that's actually...
I'm obviously embarrassed by
hear
that
that.
clip of me talking about poop. I obviously don't want people to watch it.
Wait, you don't like that one? What about the one of you saying children can't remember
hey,
things?
let's hear her out.
Okay. I've
Stop
watched
cutting
the
her
clip
out.
already. That's why I'm getting triggered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you're streaming it for everybody to see.
Sorry?
And it's embarrassing and it's mean-spirited. It's like, hey, man, I'm sorry. You know what?
Sorry? I'm mean-spirited for showing you
Crazy ass take.
talking about my kids eating shit. You're the victim of that. She's the victim of watching a bad Empanada video and talking about my kids eating dog shit. You're the victim.
Yeah, you don't understand, Ethan. She is the victim here. Everything is actually about her. After lying about Ethan's kids and leading to CPS being called on them, she says she's embarrassed about that clip. Oh my god, Ethan, why are you still showing the clip? We're past that. I mean, maybe don't flip and lie about people, you absolute freak. And then she doubles down again, saying that she only did it because Ethan called her the B word.
You know what? You're right. It was mean-spirited that I showed people that clip.
Okay.
You're right. It was.
It sounds like she's being sarcastic anyway.
But that's after you called me like a bitch fucking 20 times and like...
Oh, come on. First of all, even if I just maliciously out of nowhere called you a bitch, does that justify lying about my children eating dog shit that led to the CPS coming to my house? Are we fucking insane? Of course, I didn't call you a bitch in a vacuum. I called you that for telling Israeli survivors that they're liars.
Yeah, so if somebody swears at you, you're allowed to lie about their kids eating dog shit and have their kids taken away from them. That is a totally proportionate reaction to somebody swearing at you. Ladies and gentlemen, another one of Hassan's best friends right here. Just some of the most moral people on the planet, actually. And you know, I have to ask you guys genuinely, right? After seeing all the videos I've made and just showing how completely unhinged these people are, how do they still have a following? Like, is politics really that bad where you can ignore all of this blatant, disgusting shit just because it's your side? Can you not have nuance and say, okay, these people may be on my side, but they're taking it way too far and I can't support this? Like, I know you guys get it and most people in my comments get it, but occasionally you'll get that one comment from that fucking psychopathic Hassan fan who's just still brainwashed in this cult. And I don't know, I guess you guys need to tell them, like, shut the hell up, you know? I don't know.
You're right. I'm sorry for what I've done to you, but I didn't do it for no reason. I did it because of all this other stuff that you had done first.
Sorry, but that makes her sound even crazier. You don't lie about people's kids and have CPS go to their house because somebody was mean to you. Do you not see how psychotically insane, how warped and broken your brain is? Holy shit, dude.
She sounds like a little kid. You did it first.
Call me names. If you say I'm an... Well, you already do. You don't talk about my kids eating dog shit. Call me a bitch. Call me a douche. Whatever. You know what I mean? That would be the same. What a psychopath.
I mean, I gotta agree, this is psychopath behavior. No normal person actually does this, and I'm glad the internet is realizing this because I've been a day one Hassan hater and Hassan groupie hater, and I've been trying to show everybody how insane these people are, and I'm partly glad that they keep getting more unhinged day by day so regular people can see them for what they truly are, you know? Anyways, moving on to Hassan, you know, just denying reality in front of him, just melting down about the dislikes on the video.
Yeah, 6 million views in 5 days, by the way. What a flop this was, huh? God damn. The like-dislike ratio ain't good. Yeah, the dislike ratio counter is not correct. It can only make a assumption on what it is. The extension is not accurate. I think a lot of people just want to feel like it's valid to convince themselves that this is like a dud or something, and that there isn't a lot of people that are not on Ethan's side on this.
That's right. The 500k dislikes on iDubbbz' video, completely fake. It's actually a 99% positive like ratio, guys. All the people who hate Hasan just don't exist. Fake, bots. All the videos I've made that have a 99% like ratio hating on Hasan and his group friends, yeah, they're all fake. You guys are all fake as well. Anyways, if you thought Hasan couldn't get worse, here he is defending bad Empanada, the psychopathic creep who wanted to kill Ethan's wife in a video game.
Like, that's why he's mad. Like, bad Empanada behaves in an insane way, just like Ethan behaves in an insane way. That's it. And you can't deal with someone giving back the same level of smoke to you. Like, he'll be like, bad Empanada played that, the Al Aqsa game or whatever, the role reversal Palestinian game.
Role reversal game has to be the top 10 most unhinged things I've ever heard. Very rational, Hasan, as always. So, hypothetically, if somebody made a game specifically where they were searching for Frogan to hypothetically Minecraft pickaxe in-game, obviously, that is completely okay. That is not psychotic at all, right? I just love how Hasan has so few supporters now that he has to resort to getting help from absolute deranged lunatics like bad Empanada. It's just funny how desperate he is at this point. Anyways, quick bonus clip of Hasan being a massive hypocrite.
I like that immediately. The first thing is like, let's remove this photo, please. Like, it's always policing content. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Policing content.
Where else have I heard that phrase?
Didn't you participate in a fucking series called Content?
I was just thinking
You want to talk to me about policing content? You fucking dipshit, dude. Look in the goddamn mirror.
Anyways, click this video or Frogan comes to your house, ransacks your fridge, and eats all of your food. That's it, guys. I love my job. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.